I'm deciding today, these next few days, just to repeat one psalm, Psalm 23. And I hope you'll join with me just for a few minutes. We're going to be brief today, tomorrow, and Christmas Day. And I just thought this would be a good place to meditate on who Jesus is, that we celebrate him, we celebrate the story, we celebrate the promise of this conquering king. He came the first time to conquer sin. He'll come the second time to conquer his enemies and conquer death ultimately and finally. Until then, we're living in this until space, waiting, hoping, anticipating his arrival and knowing that he is so good. And in this moment, he's a shepherd. That's what he does. It's what he's doing for us right now. He's shepherding our souls and our hearts, our church, our school. He's shepherding our families through this. And if you had to ask me, what has God been to you this year? How would you put it? It couldn't be put any better than Psalm 23. I would say that Jesus has been a shepherd to me this year. When I've been tempted to wander, he's come after me. When I've gotten thirsty, he's poured fresh water into my parched soul. When I was weak, he anointed me with medicine and gave me the grace I needed to go forward one more day. When I was confused or fearful, he settled and calmed me. He assured me over and over and over. He provided for me. Every step of this journey this last year, I've been tempted to be afraid or get worried or how do I fix this? Get worked up. And God has continually, it's like he's put his hand on my shoulder and said, breathe. I've got you. I've got this. I've got my church. I've got my plans and my purpose. This is me. This is my timing. This is my thing. I'm doing a thing. Trust me. And then I take that posture of a sheep again. And sheep don't have to figure it all out. They just have to stay close to the shepherd. Sheep don't have to solve the problems. Sheep are skittish. Sheep are easily frightened, easily deceived, easily drawn away or wandered away. But as long as the sheep stays close to the shepherd's going to take care. Shepherd's going to solve things. Shepherd's going to fight things. Shepherd's going to scare animals away and threats. And shepherd's going to make sure we've got green pasture and still water. And he's going to walk with us through it all. And that's what I would say Jesus has been to me this year. He's walked with me through it all. If you don't know Jesus as your Savior, I hope you will. Give me a chance to share the gospel with you. Go to YouTube and look up my name, Cary Schmidt, and the video series called Done. Or go to the church website and see it, ebcnewington.com. Learn what Christmas is. Christmas is the story of God coming and making a way of salvation so that you could know him personally, so that you could be brought into his sheepfold and he could become your shepherd. And wherever you are and whatever you're facing today, maybe you're facing uncertainty financially, maybe you're worried about your health, maybe someone you love is sick right now or in the hospital, maybe there's an empty seat at your table this Christmas. I have so many friends that have lost a loved one. And it's like a Rolodex in my mind. I think through them and I pray through them almost every day because I can't stop thinking about them. I feel for them. I feel with them. Maybe that's you. Well, let me read Psalm 23 to you, and then we'll talk a little bit about it tomorrow and Christmas Day. The Lord is my shepherd. Boy, that just makes me want to sigh. It makes me want to just release all the worry, all the problems, all the tension, all the things I can't figure out or solve. I get uptight about New Year plans and Vision Sunday and Morris Gleiser coming and, revival and how do we get the church to be able to resume and how do we solve COVID? And I don't have any answers to these problems. The Lord is my shepherd, so I'll be a sheep. I shall not want. I haven't been in want this year. I've been in worry. I've been plenty of times in worry, but I've never been in want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, and he leadeth me beside still waters. I don't like to be still, do you? I like to be active, man. I mean, we got work to do. we got stuff to fix. We got people to reach. We got lives to build and disciples to multiply, and we have a gospel cause to fight for. But sometimes that cause, the work of God and the life God's given to us happens in seasons, and sometimes he says, lie down, sit down, rest. Here's some green pasture. Eat some grass. Here's some still water. Drink some water. Sometimes we don't like to be still. But you know what he's done this year with me, and I'm sure with you, he's a lot of times just made me be still. I'm weird. Sometimes I find myself just walking around the house looking for stuff to fix or pick up or do or put back in order, or just walking around. It's like I can't sit still. What is wrong with me? And sometimes my point is, sometimes God leads us to green pasture and still water. And I remember my friend Kurt said to me, God's Spirit one day said to him, Kurt, would you even lie down in a green pasture or drink still waters if I forced you to be there? Would you be okay being there? Because I'm like Kurt. Kurt's like me a lot of ways. We like to be active. We like to be going and energized for the kingdom. But he makes us lie down in green pastures, and he leads us beside still waters. Why? Verse 3, because he wants to restore our souls. The COVID year might not have been a year where you got to do everything you wanted to do, but unless it's been wasted, it could very much have been a year of restoring your soul. It's been a hard year. I know. It's been a hard year. But how about right now? If God wanted to restore your soul this week or next week, would you let him? We deliberately slow down the church schedule this week and next week. Other than services, we basically close the office and just tell the staff, spend time with your family, rest. Our staff works hard. We run at a fairly aggressive pace, hopefully balanced, but we have a lot in motion. The next week what I'm going to try to do is lay down in some green pastures and be led by still waters and let God restore my soul. I think that's enough for today. Happy December 23rd, my friends. Thanks for joining me this, what is today? Wednesday, right? Thanks for joining me this Wednesday. Thanks for being a part of Enough for Today. Let God this season restore your soul. Let him lie you down in a green pasture and fill you up with fresh water. Come into 2021 with a hopeful heart, with a strengthened soul, having worshiped Jesus and celebrated Jesus and gone deeper in your relationship with him.